Some people are afraid of bees and some people love bees. But one thing we can all agree on is that a bee loadout in Terraria is probably the best idea ever. And that's why I decided to make one. Let's get into it. As per usual, we start off with the tools. What tools would you use when using the bee set? The closest thing I could find to anything bee related is these palladium tools, just because frankly there isn't any yellow tools besides gold, and who wants to use gold? Let's get these into our inventory. Next up, we have a plethora of weapons over here, specifically related to bees. The beekeeper is going to be our main melee weapon. We have a hornet staff, which is going to be our summon. A bee gun, which is obviously a gun that shoots bees. A wasp gun, which is a stronger version of the bee gun. Some bee nades, the bee's knees. And lastly, I got this lance. And the only reason I really got the lance is just to act as a stinger. You know, I thought bees have stingers, so we might as well have something like this, where we could have a weapon that can sting enemies. We have ichor arrows for the bow, just because they're yellow, and probably the closest thing we are going to get to honey arrows. For our armor, we have the bee headgear, bee breastplate, and bee greaves. This is going to allow our minions to do more damage. And for our vanity, we have a bee hat, bee shirt, and bee pants. For our accessories, we have the honey balloon, sweetheart necklace, bee wings, bee cloak, and stinger necklace. We have honeyed goggles as our mount, sparkling honey as our pet, bottled honey for healing, and a amber hook because it's the closest thing we're gonna get to having a bee hook. Let's summon in our minions, and as always, start off by fighting the Eye of Cthulhu. You know what? I'm not even gonna do any damage to it. Let's see how my bees do by themselves. Let's intervene a little bit just to make this faster. Let's use the beekeeper. Let's see how the beekeeper does. Eye of Cthulhu, honestly, went down pretty quickly, much faster than I had expected. Let's move on to a slightly harder pre-hard mode boss. Let's fight Skeletron. Let's use something like the bee gun. Let's have a little bit more fun over here. Just don't want to use all of my mana up. The bees are shredding through Skeletron's health though. Let's use some bee nades as well, just to add insult to injury, because I know these things are completely overpowered. Look at this. Look at what's going on. Look at Skeletron. Oh my goodness. Look at all those bees. And let's use the bee's knees with ichor arrows. That's gonna completely finish off Skeletron. Yep, there we go. And Skeletron is dead. One boss that I usually don't fight in this series is the queen bee. But obviously, in spirit of the bee loadout, we have to fight the queen bee. We can't just ignore that. So let's head to the jungle and see how we do against this boss. You know what? Let's make our way to a more open area over here. Maybe use some bee nades. Toss some bee nades on the queen bee. Use the bee gun a little bit. How does it feel getting a taste of your own medicine? Use the bee's knees a little bit. Shred through the queen bee. She has absolutely no chance. Finish her off with the beekeeper from over here. She's solo. Come on. Get her out of this game. And you are dead. Fairly easy. And look, she even dropped us another bee's knees. Isn't that just wonderful? Thank you. Once again, since this set isn't extremely powerful, we're gonna fight slightly easier bosses today. Use the hook a little bit, get some hook action in here. Let's use a mount. So right, since we're gonna fight slightly easier bosses, let's move on to the wall of flesh next. Now of course, we can just spam bee nades, but that's no fun because we're gonna shred through the wall of flesh if we do that. Let's have a little bit more fun. Let's use the slightly weaker weapons. How's the bee's knees doing? You know what, I feel like we're actually kind of getting bullied by the wall of flesh. We have to take it up a notch. Whip out the bee nades. You asked for it, wall of flesh. I didn't want to do this, but you made me do it, okay? Finish it up with the bee's knees, and there, the wall of flesh has been defeated. I doubt this is gonna work in our favor, but let's try a hard mode boss. We're gonna have to whip out the wasp gun for this, probably replace the bee gun, because essentially the wasp gun is just a better version of the bee gun, and we'll use this hallowed lance. Let's see how the wasp gun does against the twins. Let's try that one more time. So as I was saying, let's see how the wasp gun does against the twins. Yeah, no, this class is not doing too well. Let's use the stinger. Staying true to the bee. We used the stinger, we dealt a lot of damage, but just as bees that sting, we ended up dying too. This class isn't gonna really take us that far, so we're probably not gonna fight any harder bosses. But once again, in spirit of the series, I think we still have to fight the Moon Lord. No matter how bad our gear is, we have to at least try. So without further ado, bee loadout versus the Moon Lord. Let's go. Get that wasp gun action. Get that in there. Let's just try not to die. Throw some bee nades. Throw some bee nades. We're going to do exactly what bees do. Right before we die, we're going to deal as much damage as we can using our stinger. Let's charge them with the stinger. Charge them with the stinger. Ooh, look at all those bees. Oh my god. See how many bees there are? Wow. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more loadout videos, be sure to check out this video on screen. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video. Peace out. So as I was saying, let's see how the wasp gun. Fuck! How the wasp gun. Bruh! Why can't I say wasp gun? Why can't I pronounce wasp? Let's see how the wasp gun. Bruh, I can't pronounce wasp. Wasp gun.